last week, National Small Business Week ended last Friday. But what does this mean for the more than 23 million small businesses in the United States that are looking for ways to grow their business all year long?
Exactly. I spoke with an expert who had some great tips about how small businesses can actually access funds right now. Well, more than 23 million small businesses in the United States are always looking for ways to grow, and that includes looking for new ways to borrow critical cash without going to the bank. PayPal's Vice President of Small and Medium-Sized Businesses, Dan Lieberman, is here to help explain how they can be most successful. Dan, good morning. Thank you for joining me.
Morning, Heather. Thanks for having me.
So tell me, where can small businesses get the best deal for the cash that they so desperately need to grow their company?
Well, I think you're right that most small business owners would agree it's still way too hard to deal with banks to get loans. There's personal credit checks, there's personal guarantees required, and then there's a long process that very, very often leads to no loan at all. And so what we've started to see is alternative non-bank lenders that are entering the market that are going to help small businesses get loans in a much easier way. Now, PayPal has focused on this over the last year and a half with our credit product called PayPal Working Capital. And we're actually pretty excited. We just crossed the $500 million mark in terms of the number of loans we've given to small businesses. So we're very committed to helping businesses grow by providing credit.
Awesome. Well, of course, I love PayPal. It makes shopping online super easy and very safe, which I think is really important. Now, I think that shows that a lot of consumers do actually shop online. So what can small businesses do to help kind of their sales online and on mobile use?
Yeah, absolutely. If you're anything like me, you're shopping online and on your mobile, and we're probably frequently seeing things we want, adding them to shopping carts on businesses' sites, but then saying to ourselves, you know what, we'll come back to that later, and then we forget about it. Well, if you add up all of the people around the world doing that, what that leads to is there are $4 trillion of abandoned shopping carts, as we call them. And that's obviously a huge opportunity for businesses to convert those near purchasers to purchasers. Essentially, we want to turn shoppers into buyers. And we advise small businesses on a couple of dimensions here. One is you want to make it as easy as possible for the customer to check out. Remove all those extra steps between finding the product and actually being able to check out. As you mentioned, we think the PayPal wallet, the PayPal button that is so well known, is one of the easiest ways to do that. But the other trick that we're focused on helping businesses with is mobile, which you mentioned. Too often we find ourselves on our cell phones, especially on small business sites, and it doesn't look good or it's not a great experience on that mobile device. So what we're encouraging businesses to do is to design their e-commerce experience starting with mobile and actually solve backwards for how it will look and feel on the desktop or laptop. That way you'll be able to have a great experience for your customers regardless of what channel you're interacting with them in.
That's awesome, Dan. So we're talking about click buying, we're talking about using our mobile phones to purchase things, and then a lot of trends that are kind of happening for small businesses. Are there any other trends that we need to know about for online shopping?
Well, I think one of the most important things is we want to help small businesses achieve all of this potential, but easily. They shouldn't have to go to 5 different partners to take advantage of all this opportunity around credit and improving conversion. And PayPal is one of those partners where it's kind of a one-stop shop. We can help you do your online payments and our button and increasingly credit. So we would love customers to come to us and look for us for even more help to grow their business.
Excellent. Dan, well, before I let you go, tell us, where can we get more information?
We've got a lot of helpful info at paypal.com/business.
Excellent. Dan, thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Thanks for having me, Heather. Appreciate it.
Now don't touch that remote. We'll be right back with more right after this.